And welcome back, my fellow fiends, to Let's Play Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne. Last time, we defeated Red Rider, already off to a great start this video, and we began our assault on the Obelisk. This time, we were going to continue ascending until we reached the absolute top. So, to that end, we want to wrap around on the underside of 50F here, and reach that moon block puzzle that we could see from the small terminal. Let's see. Yep, we're heading the right way. It's always hard to tell what exactly is around these corners until you're already at them. So, we have two potential solutions this time. If we get it to a half moon phase, that block to our right will open up, and a full moon phase, the block in front of us will open up. To start with, we want to take the one to the right, because there is a mystical chest that awaits us there. So let me see here. Gotta think about how I want to advance the moon phase here. It looks like we're gonna have to get it on a waning moon phase, so let's just, let's see here. So this will put us at 3, and we wanted to get it down to the half moon. Let's see, if I walked onto that, it would be 7, then go onto the 2, it would be 7 again. I think this should work. Okay. Go on to the 1. And then just back on to the 2, and it is the half moon phase. Yeah, just gotta do some quick mental math there to figure out the steps that you want to take. Walking around this way, we got a mystical chest, and of course we're very far from the full Kagetsuchi phase, so let me run around and get that to the right phase. Alright, 3 million encounters later, it is full Kagetsuchi. Unfortunately, that's something we're going to have to deal quite a lot with throughout this dungeon. There is a lot of mystical chests to go through here, so it'll be fun, it'll be fun. Now that we've gotten the treasure that we need to get, let's get the full moon solution so we can move forward. As you probably also noticed, getting the full moon solution will also open up a shortcut back to the small terminal, so we can save our game. Probably should do that, honestly. I'm just remembering, like, all the times I neglected to save in my Digital Devil Saga 2 Let's Play, and it bit me hard when I did that. So yeah, well, there is no reason not to. Let's just make a quick checkpoint, and then we will continue on our way. No need to show you the more boring stuff like just saving my game. So, let's continue our ascension. Let me see here. Okay. I'm just going over my notes here. Alright, the next treasure isn't until 70F, so actually, my mistake. I just remembered what area we are in. The next treasure is actually right here, so we've got a little, well, we've got a bunch of blocks to choose from, and these blocks will take us upward. And you can probably already tell, I'm sure you've seen this puzzle before, at each junction, the block will go a specific way. Basically, every time it comes across a bar, it's going to go across it. So let me see. To get the first treasure that we want to take the second block from the right. And this should take us up to an area with a treasure chest. Specifically, it'll take us up to an area with a mystical treasure chest, so I get to run around waiting for the moon phase to shift again. But as you can see, now we're up on 70F. These blocks that are here will take us back across this ways, and that is the only thing that is on that side is staircases leading up and down to this area. So let's run around until it's the full Kagetsuchi and get the treasure. Alright, so conveniently, just as we hit full Kagetsuchi, we got a level up for the Demi-Fiend. As always, I'm going to increase my magic power on even levels, but also we've learned Anti-Death. This increases our resistance to death-type spells like Mudo and Hellgaze, and honestly, I don't need Secunda at the moment, so we're just gonna unlearn that and take Anti-Death, and this will allow me to equip Kamudo. Now, Anti-Death is not guaranteed protection against instant death, but Hellgaze is not a super accurate instant death spell, so I'm willing to run that risk with the skill so I can equip Kamudo, and we're not going to let Anathema react violently because it has a high chance of cursing me, and I can't really deal with that at the moment. But, yeah, I want to equip Kamudo, because once we get a little bit higher into the Obelisk, we're going to run into an enemy formation that contains 3 physical attacking enemies that have a move called Brutal Slash. And if all of those decide to attack the Demi-Fiend with Brutal Slash without Kamudo equipped, that will definitely kill. So I can live with lower odds of Hellgaze connecting than I could with that, because I've had that happen way too often. Anyways, we got a Soma from that treasure chest there. And as you can see, we've got a little spirit over here to talk to. Let's see what he's got for us. I can only presume that's Mysticao being utilized for the nightmare system. Can't really imagine anything else. I mean, I guess it could be those three ladies that we've come across, but it wouldn't really make much sense if it was. So, let's assume for right now that's Mysticao and she needs our help. So, heading over this way. And yeah, just a bit of a lengthy sequence to make your way back. Let me see here. And now we can go down the stairs and be back to where we were. Now I have to remember which one is actually the one that takes us further in the dungeon. Because naturally, I forgot to write that down. I want to say it's either the second one from the left or the center one. So let me see. Center one will take us left that one. Take us right there. Right there. Second one from the left will go across that. Over there. Over there. I think it's the second one from the left. So let's take that. Hopefully I actually looked at that correctly. It's a bit hard. This is one of the few times where it's a good idea to actually angle the camera so you can get a better view of these things. And yes, okay, this was the right one. Not too often does the game ask you to do that. The only other place I can think of offhand where that's actually handy is the first Kalpa in the Labyrinth of Amala, which allows you to see those pit traps. Alrighty, so starting off over here, we can take this cube over to another small terminal, and actually something very, very unique. For some reason, the Obelisk has a Cathedral of Shadows in it. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, I guess it's there if you want to do any emergency fusing to upgrade your team, which I don't really need to do. Otherwise, I guess I could pull some Mitamas out of the compendium and use those to upgrade my demons. Definitely, it would not be a terrible idea to grab like a bunch of Nigi Mitamas and upgrade Daisojo and Karama, though I definitely don't want to waste my money. There's one more really big purchase that I want to make we're actually getting pretty close to it, and I want to have as much money as possible for it, because it's a very important Magatama that we're going to buy that has one of the most important skills in the game for eliminating the odds of random deaths when getting ambushed. Oh hey, here's Pazuzu. And what's he want from us? Oh yeah, absolutely. I wouldn't even try if I didn't think. Ah, jerk. And there is Hellgaze. Fortunately, he decided to go with Daisojo, so I didn't have to roll the dice there. Not too much to say about Pazuzu otherwise. He's weak to ice, and that's about it, really. Since it's not too important, I didn't really bother to take down resistances on my notes unless it was something really important to know, like physical resistance, like they nullify or reflect physical. That's important to take note of, so I can quickly consult that. But yeah. But he's not too threatening a demon otherwise. He gives some decent experience, though. Now that we've done that, we can take this block, and it'll take us to our next moon puzzle. So, first order of business is, of course, we want to get treasure, so to that end, we want to get the half-moon solution for this puzzle. So let me see here. Alright, so let's step on here to start. We want to, okay, so this will take us to 5/8. Let me see, this will take us to 6/8. If I go over to that, I think I might have screwed up. Yeah, I don't think I won't have enough spaces. So this is the first time we actually get to reset the puzzle. So starting off, you can just walk off and reset it, and then try again. So let me approach this a different way. Let's go to 2/8 here. Get ourselves up to 3/8, then 5/8 or 5/8. Let me see. We'll go to 6 or 7/8, then to full. Then we can take the 4 and get us back down to half Kagetsuchi. I have to keep stopping myself from saying moon, because technically it's not the moon in this game. Okay, so we can take this block over here to get to a treasure. And inside this treasure, we get Money. Very nice. We need plenty of that. The next big purchase I want to make takes 225,000 Maka. So needless to say, we need a pretty good nest egg going if we want to be able to afford that when we finally have the chance to buy it. And just want to use Orthrus as my MP battery here. I've finally been putting him to work with that. One thing to note about Pazuzu that he just did to me in the random encounter I've gotten into, he has Tentarafu, which is an extremely powerful panic skill. Does high panic type damage to your party members. And it's pretty nasty if you've got Kamudo, but it's another thing that it's good to have Daisojo for that, because, of course, he drains that, so he gets a bunch of his HP restored and immediately ends Pazuzu's turn. Also, that is not what I was expecting. Okay, yeah, it's later on. I thought there was more treasure here, but that was just a dead end to make me look foolish. Alright, so better get my repel back on. We're starting to get to the point where Estoma won't stop enemies from getting into encounters with us. The enemies have gotten quite a bit stronger, running into stuff like Pazuzu pretty regularly now. Another enemy that you can run into that I did so when I was trying to get the next mystical chest is you can actually run into Arhabaki here. The first time we've seen him since, what was it, the Labyrinth of Amala, actually. First Kalpa. Alright, I'm just trying to think, okay, I know how I want to approach this. We just want to get it up to 5/8 by going on to the 2 panel first. And then we can go on to the 3 and get ourselves up to full. Very easy, not too hard. And there we go. Now we can move forward. And heading over this way, you already noticed, we've got another moon puzzle to do. I'm sorry, Kagetsuchi puzzle to do. Yeah, whatever. You know what I mean. And once again, we're going to have a full moon solution and a half moon solution. Yeah, well, you know what? Just for simplicity's sake, let's just say moon. I'm getting tired of remembering the unique phrasing for this game. So this one's a little interesting. We've got 2 3 blocks and a single phase block. So let me think. We want the half solution again, so if we go on to this and then go on to, actually, if I remember correctly, we can just do this. Let me see. If I did that, it would go up to, I believe, 7? Yeah, and then we can just walk back onto it. Okay, it's that easy, so just walk on and off of this repeatedly until it's half Kagetsuchi. Nice. I'm remembering all these solutions on the fly, because I did not actually write them down. Once again, we've got another mystical chest, so you know the routine here. Alright, full Kagetsuchi again. What do we get from this chest? Something really good. A magic incense. Nice! That'll get me ever closer to that 25 cutoff point, and it's not even something I have to spend a level up on, so let's take a look at our magic stat right now. Alright, we're at 20, so 5 more points and I'll be done with magic for the rest of the game. I mean, we'll get more incenses and stuff to pump it up, but after that I can finally transition to strength and start pumping that up. This is the point in the game where it actually starts to become worth your while to increase your strength. At this point, we're going to start getting a lot of Magatama. Also, Orthrus got Hellgazed in that fight. We're going to start getting a lot of Magatama that actually have very powerful physical moves, and this is another reason why I really dislike investing in strength early on, is because all of the Magatama that have the really good physical moves, all of those are available in the second half of the game, so there really isn't much value to pumping up your strength early on. Heck, one of the physical skills you have, it doesn't even run off of your strength stat. The move Heat Wave, that is actually a weapon type physical skill, and those skills actually have their damage determined by your HP stat, not your strength, so it's basically worthless if you take that skill. Granted, Heat Wave is just a horrible move in general. It has a really low damage modifier, so I wouldn't recommend taking it regardless, but all of the skills you have that use strength in the early game, most of them are pretty bad. Berserk is not that strong. The best one is Lunge, funnily enough, and even that, it's just like, well, it's, you know, a 30% bonus over your typical strength. Also, the solution here is pretty simple. We just walk onto a 3 panel, walk onto the 1, back onto the 3. That'll take us up to 7/8, and then we can get the full moon block down. There we go. Nothing to that one. But yeah, there's just no reason to invest in strength early on. You don't get anything good out of it. Like, if you've been paying attention to the damage I've been dealing, just from the natural strength bonus I get from leveling up, period. That's been allowing me to give out some pretty good focused punches, you know. I can still, if I max out Tarukaja, I can still expect like 500 damage out of that, which is really good, and it's really consistent. Like, that would be the same as if I rolled 2 hits on Tornado for way less MP, so that's still a perfectly valid way to approach it. So yeah, strength, just not a fan of investing in it early on. There's nothing good out of it. Now at this point, a notable physical skill you could get is actually from Nirvana. It teaches the physical move Divine Shot, which is one of the first Demi-Fiend exclusive single-target physical skills, and it's a pretty good one. Deals, I'd say, like 50% damage over your standard punch attack, and has a pretty decent crit rate to boot, so that's not a terrible one to pick up. Let me see. We want to head west, which means we actually want to turn right. Always gotta be mindful of the compass directions when I have those kind of directions in my notes. Not that we get anything good out of it, just some life stones, but hey. I'll never say no to having more of them, I guess, unless I'm at 99, at which point it's kind of pointless. Well, it may just be what? Disposable? I would hope not. She's not disposable to us. I mean, she's the whole reason we're going through all of this. Hikawa does seem to be a bit of a, I guess, stick where the sun don't shine type of individual. Guess that makes sense for a guy who wants to make a world of absolute stillness. Also, Orthrus is at full MP here, so let's have him top everybody off. Now, at this point, you can start running into the enemy. That is the reason that I want to have Kamudo equipped, and that would be Onkot. Onkot is also a demon that I would like to recruit, because it is the next evolving demon that I actually really care about and is really, really good. It evolves twice, much like Kopatengu did, and it evolves into a really good physically oriented demon that nullifies physical attacks, so I definitely want to pick him up when I have a chance. Take him back to a Cathedral of Shadows and fuse an Aramitama onto him to get watchful, and he'll be set to go. I can just have him chill out in stock and take in some experience, and occasionally pull him out to get some extra experience that way also. Well, let's see here. We'll just hit this guy with Zenma. Kurama Tengu is actually getting very close to his next level up. This Pazuzu isn't weak to this, but deals a lot more damage than my punch. And at that level up, he'll get Force Boost, and then he'll really take off on damage dealing. Just a little bit more experience. I imagine the next fight he'll level up. Orthrus, when he levels up, he will actually get Fire Boost, and that's something that I am actually really interested in. Let me see here. Okay, not yet. Okay, that's just a dead end. I was just keeping a check on my notes here. The next treasure we come across is actually a trap, though. Oh, hey, these are Foul Phantoms. I forget if we actually ran into these guys in the second Kalpa, but you can run into them. Oh, yeah, we did. Also, give them a Chakra Drop. This is one thing that I like about Foul Demons, is that they're very consistent about joining you when you give them the items they want, so that's an easy way to fill out your compendium. Not that I plan on using Phantom, but you know. Of course, if I had gotten the first go there, I absolutely would have just killed him, because they give pretty good experience. Okay, heading up this way. Let me see. Okay, so if we head this way, I believe... Yeah, it wraps around. That'll just take us to a trap cache cube, so we actually do not want to go that way. So let's head into the Fountain of Life here. So give our team a nice top off. It also allows me to put Orthrus back into the stock for a little bit, because we don't really need his MP battery nature when we're already at full MP. Let's get our Habaki back up front. Matador's been kind of chilling for a little bit, but he'll have his time back in the limelight. Actually, at the end of this dungeon, I plan on using him for the boss fight. Also, of course, as soon as I get out of the healing fountain, I get ambushed by those phantoms, and they just Mazionga Kurama to death. That is the downside of our Habaki being weak to everything. If you do not have stuff to nullify the damage from the magical damage from stuff you're going to be facing, that is a serious liability. Now, the way further in the dungeon, we actually have to go up the stairs here, but we've got an elevator over to the left here. What's this guy got to say about it? Well, I feel like going for a treasure hunt, so let's go. So yes, this will take us into the Nihilo's vault. And there's a bunch of good treasures for us to get here, but there is one really unique one once we get all the way into the vault. Alright, off of that last fight, Kurama has leveled up, so now he has Force Boost. Heck yeah, Tornado is just gonna hit so hard now, and definitely when I have the opportunity, I'm gonna want to fuse some Nigimitamas onto him to get that magic stat up. It'll do some excellent damage with that. Also, you may notice, the next skill he's going to learn is Fog Breath. Fog Breath is the Tier 2 accuracy and evasion debuff, which is really, really good. It's a very popular skill to pick up early on the Demi-Fiend, just because that's the easiest way to have to get access to it. But these days, I don't consider it as high a priority. I prefer Warcry myself, just because it's completely consistent when it works. You know, they're equally failable whenever we run into something that has Dekunda, but Warcry will always give me the kind of result I'm hoping for when that's not a factor, so that's why I prefer it. I can much more easily work around reduced damage than work around the potential that I'll dodge some attacks. Anyway, just rambling about my playstyle here. Let's step onto this. Let me see. Step onto this, and I think this isn't going to work yet. We need to get the full moon solution to get our next treasure here, so that's not the right way to go. But I think I'm on the right track here. We just have to mix it up a little bit. Okay, so we actually want to go onto the 2 panel first, then go onto the 3, then back up onto the 2, and that'll put us at 7/8. Then we can step onto the 1 panel, and that'll give us the full moon solution. There we go. Easy, easy, easy. Nothing to worry about. Now, once we get out on here, I actually want to nudge forward very slowly and make sure I don't move too far, and advance the Kagetsuchi, because there is a mystical chest, and we just left this at full Kagetsuchi. There it is. So just nudge forward ever so slightly. Oh, hey, it's Onkat. So yes, this is the guy. Yeah, that right there. Brutal Slash. Look at that damage. Like, that is especially bad because it crits. Let's use Tornado to take a couple of these guys out, because I want to try and actually recruit him, and it would be convenient if I just got him right now. So let me see. Violet Flash should work. We'll take out the one on the left. Then we'll just give the remaining one a chance to go. Yeah, let's just pass to Kurama. Have him use Zanma. Now we've got Yoma Onkat on his own. Okay, he didn't crit that time. But yeah, that would do around 160 damage without critting if I didn't have Kamuto equipped. So you definitely don't want to deal with that. You just don't play around with these. Whoops, I forgot. Whoops. It's been so long since I've actually bothered to recruit anything. I always forget that the Kagetsuchi, when it's full, it prevents you from doing so. Though there is a slight chance that they'll actually negotiate a conversation topic, and they'll have a random chance of joining you if you answer correctly. Or rather, they have a random chance to join you with the answer you give. Now, once our Daisojo is leveled up here, he gets access to Preach, which is a Mind-type skill that hits all enemies. I'm gonna get rid of Mamudon. There's not too many things in the game that are weak to the Death-type element that can't just be killed with other means. Orthrus just got Fire Boost there, and that's going to be very important when I hit level 52 specifically. There's a very good Fire-based demon who could really benefit from having Fire Boost and Mana Refill, so I'm going to go for that. Speaking of Mana, we get a Chakra Pot for opening this, and yeah, that's all we need to do here. Let's get back to the moon puzzle and get this solved. So now we need to get the half moon solution. Obviously we're going to have to step on panels multiple times here, since the ones leading directly to it are the 1 and 2. Now let me think about this. So did that, it would put me at 6. Let me think. Let's see, 3 would put us at 6. 8, no. 3, and 2, 5, put us at 8th, no. Let me see, how about we start from the 1? Just trying to decipher this really quickly. Go on to this. That'll put us at 6. Put us at full. Nah, this isn't gonna work, I don't think. Yeah, not this one. Alright. Let me change my approach. Let's start on the 3. Okay, so, let me see. No, let's not start on the 3, so let me see. Get us up to 6. Then I walk back onto it full, no. If I start from 1 and walk onto 2, that would put us at 3, back onto 1 would put us on 4, no. Let's just try this. Start on here, go on to the 2, go on to 1. 2 would put us at full. No, this isn't gonna work either. Sorry, I'm bumbling around. I always forget how this one goes. Yeah, I'm not exactly the best mental math person. Okay. Let's see. How about we start on 2, and then go to 3, then go to 2. I'm probably, like, totally doing this wrong, and somebody's screaming at the video. Let me see. 3. Yeah, that's not right. I think I'm getting this, though. Let me see. Let's just do it again. Let's start on 3 again. Let me, try this. Sorry. I really should have written the solution down. I knew I was gonna fumble on this. I'd probably get it a lot faster, but because I'm in the middle of recording, you know, I'm kind of panicking, like, oh, I look dumb here. Let me see. We'll go on to 1, go on to 2. And, yeah, that's not right. Let me just cut until I get the solution. Alright, there we go. That took me way too long to remember. I took an embarrassingly long amount of time to get that, I will fully confess. It's not that hard of a puzzle, I was just being very rigid, and of course I'm recording, so I'm not really thinking too hard about it. Oh well. Now that we're past that, though, I think that's the last moon puzzle we have to do. Yeah, I think that's the last one. Oh, whoops. Well, that recruitment did not go so well. You know what? I'm not actually going to fuse the Phantom with anything, so let's just part with him. I do not need him. We'll get another chance to recruit Oncot, I'm sure. Now, our reward for solving that puzzle, aside from the Chakra Pot, heading down this way. Now, there are a handful of treasures down in this vault area. Only one of them is actually worth grabbing. If we went to the east from where we entered, that would take us to a medicine. Let me see. I'm pretty sure this one is a medicine. Yes. And heading further along, now we're going to come across another treasure that is also going to be in a little alcove. Let's just throw up another estoma here. But this one is a mute trap. I do not have any dismutes on hand, so I definitely don't want to open that. But the last one we can open up has a very unique treasure for us. Inside this treasure, we get the Spyglass. This is the same as it was in Digital Devil Saga. It is an infinite use analyze spell. Now, unlike the one in Digital Devil Saga, this one can be sold for a tidy sum. It can be sold for 50,000 Maka, which I probably will do. I've got all the major weaknesses written down, and even if I didn't, I can just go into my personal file and consult the weaknesses and resistance there if I feel like updating my notes. So this will probably just end up sold, but on your first playthrough, this is a pretty handy item to get for the rest of the game. Alright, I'll cut out the backtracking and get us to where we need to be to go forward. Alright, here we are back at 99F. Off screen, I did actually manage to recruit an Uncot. Now, as you can see, he's not too impressive to start. However, we definitely want to get watchful onto him and generally just get as much experience for him as possible, because he evolves into something really good, and we definitely do want that. Alright, let me just look at my notes here. Okay, next treasure we're looking for won't be until 118F, so don't have to worry about that for a hot minute. Okay, let's just get the stoma up. Pisaka is still doing good on MP since we hit that healing fountain, so that's handy. Also, that was the wrong way. Yeah, a lot of these paths look very similar, so it's very easy to end up going to the dead end. Ooh, Pazuzus can drop rubies. That could be handy for getting more Aramitamas so that I can buff up my physical attackers. That'll definitely come important for Oncot once he starts evolving. Yeah, now that Karama Tengu has Force Boost, a lot of these random encounters are just in the bag. The Demi-Fiend doesn't even have to lift a finger to finish them off. And we get this cool, unique elevator here, going further and further into the dungeon. Now that we're at 114F, we get this nice winding staircase, and there is our next small terminal. And that's also where we're gonna be ending this video. I've actually been getting into quite a few fights, and of course there's that section where I bumbled on the puzzle, so my recording's at about an hour now, so we'll definitely end it off here. When we come back, this is actually the apex of the Obelisk, so we'll have some boss fights in the next video, and yes, boss fights plural. It's gonna be a ride, trust me. It is not... Well, it's not a difficult section, but it's one of the more unique boss sections, so look forward to that. But as always, my fellow fiends, I hope you enjoyed watching, and hope to see you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.